Well, happy Monday, August the 31st. I'm pretty sure that's today's date. The okay, I woke up this morning to Gardener Mac, who got up at 7 a.m. and took what I had in my greenhouse and made four beautiful rows. And so I went from a greenhouse this morning until just now. I've gotten everything planted. I'm so excited that my dad, Farmer Mac, has gotten me and jump started my garden. I've got four potato plants, three big boy tomato plants, eight cucumber plants, and two rows, about 17 or 18 jalapeno plants. Woohoo! So, my greeting verse and thought today, my greeting verse is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8 from the NIV, which reads, "The end of a matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride." And with that thought is we become better people when we've had to wait on success. So I understand gardening is a process and it takes time. And my things had wilted. Some were thirsty and some were flooding. But I am very appreciative of his time today. And when I mentioned during my broadcast, I think it was 11:45 then, and I had one more row of pepper plants. So I am delighted in this day that the Lord has made. And I'm sure you'll be patient and bear with me as I didn't, I'm fresh from outside digging in the yard, feeling like Farmer Marsha. Woohoo! So I've got some encouraging words for this day, this morning. My 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 title is "Grow Strong in Your Weakness." And my references are James chapter 4, verses 13 through 15, which read, and I'm reading from the Amplified. "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a city and spend a year there and carry on our business and make money. Yet you do not know the least thing about what may happen tomorrow. What is the nature of your life? You are really but a wisp of vapor and a puff of smoke, a mist that is visible for a little while and then disappears into thin air." Poof. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, which reads, Proverbs 3, 5 reads, Lean on trust in and be confident in the Lord with all your heart and mind, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding." And then Isaiah chapter 40, verses 28 through 31. I'm going for Isaiah. Okay, 40, verses 28 through 31, which reads, "Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and them that have no might he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fail. But they that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." So let's see, as we are learning about growing strong in our weakness and the Lord, and how we can gain some encouragement from these words of wisdom. Grow strong in your weakness. Some of my children I have gifted with abundant strength and stamina. Others, like you, have received the humble gift of frailty. Your fragility is not a punishment, nor does it indicate a lack of faith. By depending on me to get you through the day. Wait a minute. Okay, let me back up. Your fragility is not punishment, nor does it indicate a lack of faith. On the contrary, weak ones like you must live by faith. depending on me to get you through the day. I am developing your ability to trust in me, to lean on me rather than on your understanding. Your natural preference is to plan out your day, knowing what will happen when. My preference is for you to depend on me continually, trusting me to guide you and strengthen you as needed. This is how you grow strong in your weakness. Now, it's very interesting that these verses and the verse that I chose for today are from two different sources, but my opening verse was Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. We become better people when we've had to wait on success. And now we're talking about how we grow strong in our weakness, and that God making some people have gifts. Let me say that. Some people have been gifted with abundant strength and stamina. And as I read this line, I think about Chadwick Boseman, who we just lost, who knew and battled the colon cancer for 4 years and didn't make a public statement about it. I call that strength and stamina. But what an example he set to be your best person, to do your best thing and live your best life in the time that you have. So I just see how apropos this is, and the news of his passing today with our message of encouraging words today. As I just read about, our life is like a vapor, a puff of wind, air, and or smoke. It's here 1 minute and gone the next. So we want to redeem the time and trust in the Lord. And when we say we're going to do something, we will do such and such and such and such, Lord willing. And that's a clear example and reminder for me, which is why I try to plan things out, but then I'm open to what God is going to do in my life. And I'm living by faith, trusting in him of what will be done and what will happen. I love the synchronization of all of this. Your fragility is not punishment, nor does it indicate lack of faith. But the weak ones, like me, like Marshall, must live by faith. So I don't have a bunch of miraculous strength and effort and all of these things. I have my faith in God. I trust in the Lord. What was this? We had that one today as well. You know that's one of my secret verses. But trusting God to guide us. So we lean not into our own understanding, but in all our ways acknowledge him, and he will direct our paths. As to further flesh that out. So I've got written words today promoting that same theory, promoting that same argument to trust God. Don't worry about what we have and trying to do things in our own strength. We are frail, but when we know our fragility, we know who we can trust on, who is almighty, who's powerful, who's awesome. We also know the creator. We also know the one who has and commands time. We know the one who will use our weakness when we live by faith to get us through the day. Sufficient is the day. So sufficient is God's grace for us for each day. And this, knowing that I can grow strong in my weakness, knowing that I can come to the Lord just as I am. Okay, that's a song. That's a hymn. Just as I am, I can come to God and know that he's got me and will take care of me and will plan for me. So the summary is what we go through. God is developing our ability to trust him, to lean on him, and to depend on God continually. I would say annually, monthly, weekly, daily, year by year, moment by moment, depending on the Lord. And everything we want to do and make plans, we do our tentative plans, and then we tack on Lord willing at the end. Yes, Aunt Linda, thanks for tuning in. That's right. We always trust him and know if a door seems to be closed, that's been my lesson that I'm trying to learn. If the door is closed, that means we're not supposed to go through it. Don't force our way. Let's not make our way. Let's not dig a tunnel and jerry rig or try to pick the lock. No, if a door is closed, accept that that's God's will, and you wait for the next door to open, and you wait for the next situation. You wait for God to order our steps, to guide us. And that's the beauty of being able to trust an omniscient, all-knowing God, knowing that he loves us and he's got our best interest at heart anyway. I say again, I love being able to trust the Lord. And that's far easier for me to do than for me to have to worry about and try to plan on my own and be a lone ranger, or trying to visually use my a sickle or a machete or a hatchet to try to hack through the bushes in Amazon jungle to make a path. No, I trust the Lord to open the path before me. And not only does that help me to grow spiritually, but that helps me to just have a closer relationship with God, knowing that He's in charge of all. I hope this has been helpful to just the statement of how we grow strong in our weakness is by trusting the Lord and allowing Him to guide us. If this was helpful to you, let me know. Please give me your comments. If there is something that you'd like me to talk about or to address on Morning Encouragements, let me know. My heart and prayers go out to those with family members that they've recently lost or that are sick. I pray for healing and for God's wisdom to just bless and cover those in the medical field that are working to treat others tirelessly with this COVID pandemic we're going on. I would encourage us each as individuals for us to be peaceful and calm through a stressful culture that we have right now. Now, if we know who John was, St. John, and if we know anything about the book of Revelations, then if we've read that, we know there's nothing to be concerned about in this growing climate of unrest, but we have been instructed to pray for our leaders. So that's what we want to do. I encourage us all to lift up our leaders, that God, remembering God is in control of everything. God wielded Pharaoh's heart. God has taken care of the entire world that He created from the beginning. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So God created everything in this earth, and each person that has whatever gift they have or whatever that they have access to is all by God's planning and His grace. So we want to pray for our leaders. We want to pray for this country, for the dissension that's going on right now. But each one of us can take ownership of our attitude, our posture, behavior, and what we say. So let us be kind to one another. Excuse me. Let's be kind to one another. I urge you to go out and make this a magnificent Monday. And I look forward to bringing the broadcast again tomorrow, 11:30 a.m., Lord willing. Until then, peace to you and yours. Take care, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.